side of things, the manager of Speedway and general manager of the Motorplex itself, Gary Miozovich, out with us today. Well, we'll be looking at some of the various areas of the track which are now really getting close to completion. Now, also on tonight's show, we'll be looking at a husband and wife team that'll actually be down here competing at the Motorplex once it opens. We'll look at some of the vehicles that will be down at the All Ford Day this Sunday. And we'll also take a look at Ian Hickey's 1950 Dodge that was down at the Hot Rod and Street Machine Spectacular this weekend. Well, to get tonight's show underway, I'm going to hand you over to Steve Eagleson. He's going to actually have a word here with Gary Miozovich about the progress that's happening down in the strip itself at the new Kwinana Motorplex.
Okay, welcome back to the Motorplex. We're now talking again to Gary Miozovich, and boy, things have changed since last time we were here, Gary.
That's right, Steve. It's like an ant's nest down here. There's that much going on. In fact, the great thing is we're now standing on the bitumen drag strip surface, which is a great milestone for us, and we've been running around with the checking mechanism with the bitumen people, making sure everything's within tolerance, and we're really pleased with the job they're doing. The contractors are doing a fantastic job.
And one of the biggest things since we were here last too is the lighting. It's just an incredible amount of lighting you've got down here.
Well, yeah, that's actually shot up over about a 4-day period. Nearly 3/4 of the lighting towers are now in place, and that's being done by Musco Lighting, who do about 85% of all motorsport lighting in the USA.
And with the actual seating too, that pretty well seems to be all completed now, just about?
Yeah, all the seating areas are just about completed. They're actually starting to install the seat frames now in the gold seating areas, so that will enable them to put the actual plastic chairs in place.
Okay, thanks, Gary. Well, now we'll have a wander down the pits and have a talk to Colmigro down there. And just before we do, we'll have a look at Ian Hickey's radical chopped sedan, the Dodge, from the Motor Show.
Speedway operations down here at the Motorplex, and anyone that's a fan of Speedway would know you from way back on. Where we're standing at the moment, this is actually the pit area. Now, a lot would think that it's the pit area for the drag side of things, but the Speedway guys will also be making use of this area here.
That's correct. In fact, the top vehicles like the sprint cars, the late model sedans and the speed cars will have turns in sharing this particular area. And Murray, it's worth noting that there is water and power to each of the bays, and that's never happened in Speedway anywhere in the world. So,
but when the Speedway guys come along, you're out there on a bit of dirt.
Yes.
How are we going to keep it clean?
Well, what we've done, we've designed, what Gary and I have done, we've made sure that we've everything that we think was wrong with Claremont or what we saw around the world, we try to put it into this place so that we could make it right. And when the competitors finish a race, they drive off the racetrack into an area which we call the hot area. In the hot area, there are 8 washdown bays, and now that will give the opportunity for the pit crews to immediately give the cars a quick wash. So I'm anticipating that there won't be a great deal of dirt on the Speedway pits at all. And my son Gavin with Ian Dalby have designed a multi-wheel packer, and I believe that with this multi-wheel packer, again a first for Australia and probably the first for the world, if this works successfully, 95% of the track will be packed by this machine, and the competitors will not be carrying a great deal of dirt. So we're very proud and very happy about that.
Yeah, no, well, like you say, the multi-wheel packer there's a lot of preparation that goes into the track for race meet. It's not just left till what the spectators see when they get there at 5 o'clock for gate opening type thing. That will save a lot of the hold-ups with trying to get the water out and so forth for packing the track down prior to the cars actually getting out there on the track as well, won't it?
Well, this is an exclusive for you, Murray, and for Cruising Show. This Speedway complex at the Motorplex, which is shared actually with the drag racing, for the very first time any track in the world we will have an automatic reticulation centre watering. There's about close to $1 million worth of retic, and of course the Speedway track will be watered 7 days a week. So we believe that once we learn how to drive the retic, that will get rid of a lot of the problems that may be associated with other tracks as far as dust is concerned, because the track will stay damp the whole time.
All right, so the Winds water truck, the tractors out there, they won't have those sort of breaks during racing?
No, it's all gone, and we're hoping that that'll be a first, and we believe this will set the trend that all the other tracks around the country and the world will follow us. And the other big thing for Speedway is this has been a part of drag racing since time begun, basically, but Speedway patrons never really have had a great chance to be in the pits and be with their stars, and this particular complex will allow us to admit the public so they can see their stars, their riders and their drivers working on their cars and their bikes to get ready for the race. And we think that's going to be a huge plus. They'll get to know that there's more than a man, or more than just a face behind a mask now. They'll actually see who that person is. And in the actual Speedway complex itself, we have a purpose-built car track, 500 metres to 1 lap, and a 360-metre international standard motorcycle track. So I can see some big big things coming from Western Australia, and let's say we might produce another Mick McKeon or a Stephen Johnson.
Okay, thanks for your time there, Con. What we might do now is actually cross over and have a look at another vehicle that will be down at the All Ford Day with Dean and his XA 4-door GT, and we'll